Miles because he posted, Ashley St. Clair is now trying to smash Hassan Piker, third baby on the way, I guess.
Oh,
and Elon got so mad, he unfollowed him.
How the fuck? Wait a second. Elon Musk tracks that kind of shit? That's crazy, dude.
Oh, yeah.
He unfollowed him? That's so pathetic.
It's so
Dude, what the
funny.
fuck is the point of having that much money? These guys suck so much dick, it's
I
crazy.
know. Well, he
Just go fucking, like,
my claim is that Epstein is a major piece of structure, having nothing to do with the actor that they hired.
Okay, so you think Epstein is essentially just a construct figurehead of an intelligence gathering organization?
No.
No?
Epstein is a construct, first of all.
Okay.
Second of all, there is an intelligence part of the intelligence community, and there's a covert operations part of the intelligence community.
Okay.
Covert operations is not intelligence. I know it's under that roof.
Right.
That is totally wrong.
Got it.
Right.
Okay.
So my claim is that we are walking around right now with all of these extremely deadly ninja priests in our physics departments and our math departments who don't even know that they're deadly ninja priests. So what I'm trying to say is I'm acting as Jack Raper in some way.
Okay.
I'm doing stuff and saying stuff like Epstein is a construct.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, now you can say that, but you couldn't say that when I started saying it.
What the hell happened? All right. Hey, chat. I made it. I don't know what the fucking problem is. Every day is a mystery. That's right. That's some trippy AI fucking art, right? Yeah. I'm not hitting the red, am I? It's still good, though. All right. You know what? Fuck this. We're getting right into it. I haven't been live for 3 days. It feels weird. I never go 3 days without going live. Here I am. Let me get my face in here. Oops. Damn, that is hot. Don't know if we need that much hotness. In the mic, I mean. File. Yep. I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, chat? That's right. I've got the meme. Hello? Oh, that sucks. She's not saying anything. Well, shit. What are you going to do? I need to cut that better.
Welcome to Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, The War and Peace Report.
Now.
I'm Amy Goodman. The U.S. attacked southern Iran on Sunday in what the Pentagon called self-defense strikes. The U.S. sank 2 Iranian ships, claiming they were attempting to lay mines in the Strait of Hormuz. Meanwhile, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps says it shot down a U.S. Reaper drone that entered Iranian airspace.
Tit
This
for tat,
comes
bitch.
as Iranian negotiators traveled to Qatar to discuss a potential ceasefire to end the U.S.-Israel war on Iran. This is
tit for tat.
Iran's foreign ministry spokesperson speaking Monday.
It is true that we have reached a conclusion regarding a large part of the topics under discussion, but to say that this means the signing of an agreement is imminent, no one can make such a claim, for the same reasons you mentioned yourself. Because policy-making and decision-making in America have become caught in a kind of institutionalized instability.
This comes as President Trump warned Iran to hand over its stockpile of enriched uranium, posting on social media Monday night, quote, "The enriched uranium nuclear dust will either be immediately turned over to the United States to be brought home and destroyed, or preferably in conjunction and coordination with the Islamic Republic of Iran, destroyed in place or at another acceptable location with the..." Welcome to Democracy. Enriched uranium, posting on social media Monday night, quote, "The enriched uranium nuclear dust will either be immediately turned over to the United States to be brought home and destroyed, or preferably in conjunction and coordination with the Islamic Republic of Iran, destroyed in place or at another acceptable location with the Atomic Energy Commission," unquote. Over the weekend, President Trump also urged countries in the region, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Egypt, Jordan, Turkey, and Pakistan, to normalize relations with Israel by joining the Abraham Accords as part of U.S. negotiations to reach a deal with Iran. On Friday, Tulsi Gabbard, the Director of National Intelligence, announced she's resigning from the Trump administration. In a statement, Gabbard said she's stepping down after her husband was diagnosed with bone cancer. An Israeli airstrike in Lebanon's Bekaa Valley killed 12 people Monday, according to Lebanese state media. The strike came after Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu authorized intensive military operations against Hezbollah, and as Israel called up additional troops to deploy to Lebanon.
That sucks.
Despite last month's ceasefire, Israel and Hezbollah have continued to exchange fire on a near-daily basis. Since March 2nd, well over 1 million Lebanese have been forced to flee their homes as Israeli attacks have killed more than 3,100 people.
That's great.
In Gaza, Israeli strikes killed at least 5 Palestinians at a refugee camp in central Gaza Tuesday, according to Palestinian health officials. The strike hit a group of residents who had left their homes to confront an Israeli-backed Palestinian militia attempting to move into an area east of Maghazi camp, according to medics and witnesses. It follows another Israeli strike on a tent encampment Monday in the Mawasi area of Khan Yunis, which killed 2 people and wounded 17 others, including children. A 6-year-old girl, Manatala Abu Libda, was among the dead. This is the girl's grandmother.
This little girl, a little bird from the birds of paradise, was playing at the door of her home. God intended that instead, like children of the world should be celebrating Eid, preparing for Eid, this is what happens to her, an innocent child who has done nothing wrong.
In Spain, activists from the global Samud flotilla were beaten by police officers at Bilbao airport on Saturday.
Fucking Nazis.
After they returned home from being intercepted at sea,
these are some more Nazis right here.
Abused by Israeli forces while attempting to deliver humanitarian aid to Gaza. At least 4 people were arrested after members of the autonomous police force for Spain's Basque country, known as Ertzaintza, used batons to attack activists, family members, and supporters who gathered to pose for pictures. The police violence drew attention to the more than 1.66 million euros, about $1.9 million worth of security contracts between Basque police forces and an Israeli firm run by a former Mossad agent to provide body armor, surveillance technology, and tactical training courses.
Shit?
Meanwhile, 15 U.S. Samud flotilla activists held a news conference at JFK Airport on Sunday morning.
What is happening?
We'll speak to Alex Colston, a U.S. citizen and flotilla participant who writes for Zateo and was part of that news conference. This comes as Israeli National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir has been barred from entering France. France's foreign ministry cited Ben-Gvir's, quote, incitement of hatred and violence against Palestinians, unquote, as well as video he shared last week showing him taunting dozens of activists from the global Samud flotilla who'd been abducted by Israeli forces and pushed to the ground face first with their hands bound behind their backs. We'll have more on this story later in the broadcast. In New Jersey, police arrested 10 activists at a port in the city of Elizabeth on Friday morning as they attempted to stop a shipment of weapons, components, and ammunition bound for Israel. Officers used power tools to separate protesters who chained themselves together to halt truck traffic along a main road for several hours. In a statement, one of the activists said, quote, "We blockaded the terminal to stop the U.S. government from violating its own laws by sending weapons to Israel to commit war crimes and genocide," unquote.
Come on, guys.
In Newark, New Jersey,
who's going to do it if we don't do it?
300 detainees at the ICE jail known as Delaney Hall have been on hunger strike since Friday to protest inhumane conditions and due process violations. Delaney Hall is operated by the private prison company Geo Group. Tensions escalated on Sunday when ICE removed a hunger strike organizer, Martin Soto, prompting protesters outside the ICE jail to block a van being used to take him away. Masked ICE agents responded by firing tear gas and pushing people to the ground. New Jersey's Democratic Governor, Mikey Sherrill, joined federal lawmakers outside Delaney Hall, but was denied entry. Democratic Senator Andy Kim and New Jersey Congressmember Rob Menendez, who toured the facility, described the filthy bathrooms, abusive guards, inadequate medical care, spoiled food.
And now look. Wow, what the fuck? Hello? Look at this shit now. By the way, some more information here. You know what I mean? Some more information. That thing just makes my voice weird. I don't like it. The left's in game. Stop ICE, open the border. This is what Fox is running with. This is how insane. I haven't played Fox News in a while. But this is what they're running with.
Look, I've done this since 1984. Hunger strikes never work. We're not going to change what we do because someone goes on a hunger strike. As a matter of fact, if it gets bad enough and the physicians feel like they're putting themselves in extreme danger, medical danger, then we'll force feed them. We'll get a court order and force feed them. Hunger strikes do not work. So they can put themselves in a position where they're not eating, but it's not going to cause them to be released. We are going to continue to arrest people. We'll continue to detain people. As far as complaining about ICE contract facilities, well, guess what? We're building our own warehouse facilities. We will have the federally owned detention facilities by the thousands of beds. So look for the future. And I've said from day one, we need to own more of these facilities when we operate them on federal land. And then that way we're not dealing with all this crap from the local politicians and the state and the governors, because this is a federal facility on federal land. That's the direction we need to go to, and that's the direction we're heading in.
Tom. Did you hear that? Straight from the mouth. Did you hear that? That's how bad they want to round us up. They're going to put us on federal land.
And said prisoners were being threatened with deportation to Ebola-stricken countries. We'll have more on this story later in the broadcast. A federal judge in Tennessee has dismissed all criminal charges against Kilma Abrego Garcia, the Maryland father of three who was wrongfully sent by the Trump administration to El Salvador's notorious Secat mega prison last year. After Abrego Garcia won his deportation case, the Justice Department attempted to bring human smuggling charges against him, stemming from a 2022 traffic stop in Tennessee. But on Friday, U.S. District Judge Waverly Crenshaw ruled actions taken by then-Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, now Attorney General, had tainted the investigation with a, quote, vindictive motive, unquote. Judge Crenshaw added, quote, the evidence before this court sadly reflects an abuse of prosecuting power, unquote. To see our coverage of Kilmar Abrego Garcia's case, go to democracynow.org. The Trump administration announced Friday that most immigrants seeking green cards must return to their home countries to apply. U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services said it would only grant green cards to people already inside the United States, only in, quote, extraordinary circumstances, unquote. Green card applicants will now have to go through consular processing abroad rather than adjusting their status from within the United States. At the White House, a gunman was killed after opening fire on a U.S. Secret Service checkpoint Saturday evening. An NBC News team reported hearing between 20 and 30 shots as Secret Service agents directed reporters to take cover inside the press briefing room. Secret Service officers returned fire, hitting the suspect, who later died at a hospital. A bystander was also wounded. According to police, the suspect was identified as 21-year-old Nasir Best of Maryland. President Trump was at the White House during the incident, but wasn't impacted, according to the Secret Service. Russia's foreign ministry has warned foreigners to leave Ukraine's capital as soon as possible, as the Kremlin threatens a new wave of attacks following weekend strikes on Kyiv that killed at least 4 people and injured more than 90 others. Russia used a powerful hypersonic ballistic missile in the attacks, which struck high-rise apartment buildings, schools, a marketplace, and a water supply facility. Among those warned by Russia to leave were diplomatic staff from foreign embassies, including the United States. The head of the European Union mission in Kyiv said diplomats from all 27 EU nations would remain, adding, quote, Russia wants fear, panic, isolation of Ukraine. It will not work, unquote. The World Health Organization warns cases of Ebola are spreading faster in the Democratic Republic of the Congo than public health workers can respond.
What the fuck?
WHO chief Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus called on neighboring countries to take immediate action, warning the number of suspected deaths from the Ebola outbreak has reached 220. On Sunday, police in the eastern Congolese town of Mongwalu fired shots into the air to disperse a crowd that attempted to reclaim the bodies of loved ones at an Ebola treatment center. It's the same city where last week people set fire to an isolation tent run by Doctors Without Borders, Médecins Sans Frontières. This man survived after his brother died of an Ebola infection.
Apart from God, it is the doctors, because they are the ones who understand the human body. So if you argue with a doctor, well, you will see for yourself. I am very grateful to the doctors because they have helped me a lot. When I arrived, I was even wondering whether I would be buried today or tomorrow.
And Pope Leo issued a sweeping declaration Monday on the risks of artificial intelligence in the form of a papal encyclical that runs more than 42,000 words. Pope Leo presented it alongside Christopher Olah, a co-founder of the AI company Anthropic. The encyclical calls for government regulation, retraining workers, better education for students, protections for children, and safeguards to ensure that humans and not AI models will make decisions on the use of weapons. This is Pope Leo.
Artificial intelligence already touches many areas of our lives and affects decisions that shape human coexistence. it is also dramatically changing how war is waged.
And those are some of the headlines. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman, back in New York, with Democracy Now!'s Juan Gonzalez.
Oh, yes. Here we go, boys. Time. It's time. Season 2. Next week. Season 2. Oh, this looks so good. Was that what it really looks like? That's not. Fuck. It's not in game. I wonder what they're rendering their cinematics on. They have really good shaders. Sorry, what was that? We got flares. Wait. So runners can throw flares. There's a zombie. What the fuck was that? Wait. Night birds? Is that a bird on the right? What is that? Like I said, the vibe in this game. What is that on the top right? There's one down here too. Is this in-game? Yeah, this is all rendered in-game, it says. How do they do this? There must be a lot of post-processing. SSC. It's not cutting out my S's. Oh, this looks so fun. What was that? Oh shit, he's toast. Scan, bitch. Oh, look at that runner show. Dick. Let this dick show. Dick. What was that? There's zombies. Confirmed. We got zombies. We got zombies, boys. Got zombies, boys. We got zombies. That's right. Season 2 has zombies. We now know this. Oh my god. I'm gonna kill this thing. Yeah. Hello? Alright. That's it. Yeah. Okay. We'll just do that. I don't fucking care. That is crazy. All right. Next.
I definitely did not have this on my bingo card for
Oh, you
2026, y'all. But Candace Owens interviewed Hunter Biden, bro. Candace got to interview Hunter before I got to interview Hunter. That's wild, man. That's wild. So let me play for you. First, I'm going to play the trailer that Candace dropped a couple days before the interview. Let's watch. Here we go.
So the FBI has had physical possession of Hunter Biden's laptop, which reportedly contains, well, a lot of disturbing material.
You have access to that actual laptop.
A jury found Hunter Biden guilty of 3 felony gun charges.
I said I abide by the jury decision. I will do that, and I will not pardon him.
Oopsies.
I don't even know if that
he
thing's
lied.
working.
He pardoned a crackhead.
It doesn't seem like
Hunter
it is.
Biden. Welcome to the Candace Owens Show.
I've heard you call me a crackhead many times, and the truth of the matter is I was a crackhead. The quote-unquote laptop, which, by the way,
you're right.
You know what the laptop proved?
That you were a crackhead.
There you go. My marriage fell apart, and it just started a really, really dark cycle. My brother called me and said, this has got to stop. And it forced me into a choice. And the choice was, do I get out of bed and live, or do I die?
DC is corrupt. Politics is corrupt.
But something's changed in this. It's not left or right. The DC elite of the left, they crushed my dad because he was never...
Oh, no! Oh, no, we're not doing the Joe Biden's an outsider thing, are we? Oh, my days.
Of the left, they crushed my dad because he was never part of that club. He was never part of the Epstein class.
Now, to be fair to Joe Biden, yeah, he's not in the Epstein files. He's not in the Epstein files. However, having said that, don't say he's an outsider, Hunter. He was in Washington for roughly 758 years, okay? The Democratic establishment moved heaven and earth to prop him up to have him defeat Bernie.
Yeah, no.
You don't remember this? Or you're just lying about it? But the fact of the matter is, Amy Klobuchar and Pete Buttigieg and Beto O'Rourke and all these people all dropped out at the same time and endorsed Joe Biden, and he was horse trading behind the scenes. Allegedly, Barack Obama had to call these candidates.
We were there. We saw it.
Let Joe be the one. Step aside. We got to defeat Bernie. He is the Democratic establishment. Okay, also, he is the candidate who took all the money from the corporations, all the money from the military-industrial complex. Don't do this. Don't do this. And by the way, I've been a defender of Joe Biden on his economic record. His economic record was phenomenal. He doesn't get fucking credit for it. But he was great when it comes to unions. He was great when it comes to workers. He was great when it comes to factory jobs.
Mediocre.
I'll give credit where credit is due. But don't do this.
Mediocre.
We're the outsiders. No, you're not. Oh,
I give him a mediocre fucking
Here's the thing about
grade
Hunter.
on both
He's such a
those.
great interview that,
Sorry,
all you
Kyle.
got to do is get him in
We
front
don't
of the
agree.
camera. People like him, you know?
I'm not a Biden lover.
He gets away with saying shit like this. That shit's not true.
I never
bro.
liked Biden.
The DC elite of the left, they crushed my dad because
I
he was never
certainly
part of that
take him
club.
over
He was
Trump.
never part of the Epstein class. You know one thing he didn't do?
Not
He didn't
over Bernie.
greenlight to turn Gaza into a Trump golf course with the maitre d' being Jared Kushner.
The main criticism of Joe Biden from his left was that he continued to arm and fund Israel as they
Correct.
kept doing a genocide.
Hello?
And he didn't do
Are you gonna say
anywhere
anything
near enough
about
to
that?
stop it. In reality, he was, I wouldn't say egging it on,
Hunter?
but he was looking the other way as he kept sending money and weapons to them, as they kept
Yeah, he
carpet
was
bombing
shaking
innocent
his
people,
head.
as they
He
were
was
starving people to
shaking
death.
my head.
Don't do this. Is Trump
I'm shaking
worse
my
on this
head
issue?
as I'm doing
Objectively,
this.
yes. Objectively, yes. Trump is
he
more
was shaking
immoral,
his
more
head.
unethical, more violent and disgusting and atrocious. But that's no excuse for arming and funding a genocide. Are we really doing this? And Canada's going to let him get away with that? Oh, my word.
Trump golf course with the maitre d' being Jared Kushner. War in Iran that they started, that every president before him was pressured by the Israelis.
I do think there was something
That's
about the Charlie
true.
Kirk assassination.
That's true, though. Netanyahu tried this on every other president, and every other president told him to fuck off. Like, no, we're not going to war. And also,
It's
you're
true.
not going to attack Iran
Why?
either. Nobody's attacking Iran.
Why was
Trump was the only one that was
to
like,
give in?
yes, sir, whatever
Yes,
you
I'll
say,
do
sir.
it.
And I think that is because
Anything
they
you
do
say.
have Epstein dirt on Trump. They do
Anything
have
for
immense
you.
Epstein dirt, and
That's
they paid him
right.
like $1 gazillion. The Israel lobby paid him so much money that he feels like he owes them anyway.
That's
I
right.
do think there was something about the Charlie Kirk assassination that everyone just sort of looked up.
They're the people that Charlie Kirk made. The level of disloyalty or fear, I don't know what it is. And the criticism of you for asking the questions for someone who was like a brother to you, it's like...
Sorry, what?
What the F are you talking about? I listen to
Asking
you, I go,
questions? She's doing a
Right
little
on.
more than that.
The Acts of John, there is a thing that Christ says.
Oh,
you
God.
must learn to suffer as I do in order to be able not to suffer.
What?
And that
Fuck that.
is the greatest lesson.
Fuck all that shit
Everything.
in the Bible that's talking
Bro,
about
there's
suffering.
there's literally like this is horseshoe theory
That's
to the
for
max. We got
plebs.
Hunter Biden and Candace Owens coming together.
I don't
But guess what, y'all? But guess what? A lot of it was to shit on Trump. I'm not kidding about that. So now let me show you this. This is Candace apologizes to Hunter. This is amazing. Here we go.
I feel like I have to say, like, I'm really sorry that I can. Like, I just feel really shitty. Like, I
Wow.
feel guilty because, like, hearing you talk about, I mean, basically having the worst moments of your life. Like,
I mean, this actually is the truth. This explains too, like, why, my MAGA moms and dads still support Hassan Piker, even though they don't like him. His policies. They still support him, speaking his mind.
I always speak about on my show how a lot of these kids growing up aren't going to even know what it was like before social media, where you could just make a mistake and have that be over, and you got to grow up, and now it's like they're digging and they're finding people's tweets from when they're 17. They're an idiot. They wrote the N-word once, and they want to hang them when they're 40. And
no, they don't.
I just saw you as a caricature, and it was definitely, like I said, like feeling gaslit.
No one cares about that. It's about how you're acting now. If you're still a dumbass out there making really bad jokes on Kevin Hart shows, dumb, stupid, lazy, racist jokes, you got no goddamn fucking imagination, and you want people to laugh at you? Yeah, then we have a right to speak up, okay?
By the political machine, convinced that it was just the left that partook in this political machine. And I just really want to say genuinely, I'm so sorry that I just didn't even consider he's a crackhead. And wow. That's actually a very relatable thing. And he shouldn't be.
He's a crackhead.
To have that is just unbelievable to consider every worst thing you've ever done.
I am.
Wow.
I failed to consider he's a crackhead. And, that's a very relatable thing.
China.
Injected straight in my veins, man. What are we watching? What on earth is this?
I didn't even consider he's a crackhead. And that's actually a very relatable thing. And he shouldn't be, to have that is just unbelievable to consider every worst thing.
I am, like I told you before we started, I cried.
Oh, this is peak entertainment. This is peak entertainment. Okay, wait. Hunter Biden tells Candace Owens that Israeli assets tried to destroy Joe Biden. What? Okay, all right. That's weird. Here we go.
I want you to look at the conspiracy. Go look up Gal Love and Alexander Smirnov. They're the two principal individuals that made the only claim that people hung their hat in Congress and elsewhere as it relates to my dad and corruption, bribery and stuff like that. One of them is a fugitive from justice wanted by Interpol and the United States government, Gal Love, who is a former IDF officer who is believed to be living in Israel as a fugitive, which the Israelis will not help us locate. And the other one is Alexander Smirnov, who is a known Israeli intelligence agent. Those are the two people who was in a prison in the United States.
Yep.
So serving 6 years, and they can't find him. Bureau of Prison can't find him in his prison, in the prison. He is on furlough, but no one knows where he's been furloughed to. The only passport that he has is an Israeli passport. There are forces that I used to say, oh, this is bullshit.
By the way, it is true that a lot of the corruption claims against Hunter completely and utterly fell apart. And in this podcast, you basically have Candace admitting, oh yeah, without a doubt, by far and away, the Trump family is the most corrupt of all time, and it's not even close. And I'm embarrassed that I ever supported them. And Hunter goes on, credit to Hunter, he goes on to bring up this specific claims that a lot of people don't even know about, by the way. One of them is that Don Jr. was able to secure a government contract from, there's a specific office that was created actually under Biden, but the Trump family is abusing it. And it's like a $620 or $640 million government contract that Don Jr. has got for a company that he's invested in. So it's literally self-dealing to the tune of $620 or $640 million, getting a massive cut of that. And nobody knows about it. Nobody talks about it. Nobody talks about the $500,000 executive club that Trump shitty kids created as a literal direct pay-to-play corruption scheme. Nobody talks about the pay-to-play pardons going on at Mar-a-Lago. You go pay Trump $1 million down at Mar-a-Lago, he'll pardon whoever the fuck you want. He literally pardoned one guy who committed fraud. The guy gets out, commits fraud again, gets arrested again, gets locked up again. Trump pardons him again. I'm not kidding. You literally can't make this stuff up. And Hunter Biden details,
isn't that great?
Hey, people are mad at me for my fucking paintings. My paintings? He goes on to say, I did 1 or 2 events, sold 20 paintings. 13 of them were bought by my best friend. I made next to fucking nothing on it. All I do is paint all day. And people are talking about that when you look at Jared Kushner taking $2 billion from Saudi Arabia. Are you out of your fucking mind? As I said 1,000 times, Nancy Pelosi, Hunter Biden, I don't want to hear shit about them from any Republican ever again,
Same.
ever, because they're
Fuck
absolute
those
Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and angels compared to the Trump crime family, who are just
literal
out of
Boy
this,
Scouts
out of
and
this world
angels.
corrupt. Okay, more. Listen to what Candace says here.
And then we get
Yeah, I
whatever
don't like
this,
corruption, but also
Trump
there's levels of
family is
corruption.
now. And it's like, man, I think it was a historian that wrote on X exactly how I feel, which is I wish I could go back to the days where I thought like Hunter Biden's art was the most corrupt deal that was done in politics. And now we're going, okay, we stood behind Trump, we fought, we shared the photos of Hunter Biden to the extent that we could. And now we have their family engaged in so many corrupt deals, the meme coins, the taking advantage of people. And you go, okay, well, what we actually have is DC is corrupt. Politics is corrupt.
You're telling me the bottom isn't falling out from underneath MAGA when you have former MAGA superstars now pro Hunter Biden and anti Donald Trump? You're telling me the coalition hasn't completely and utterly fallen apart when now you're going to have Candace Owens' army of supporters, right, are going to look at Hunter and go, oh, I like Hunter. And now they hate Donald Trump. They hate Jared Kushner. They hate Don Jr. They hate Eric. Bro, it has never been more over for political movement in terms of lack of popular support. We're talking about he's already at 32% approval rating, and then stuff like this is happening after the 32% poll comes out. How low can you go, man? How low can you go? Bro. Illegal wars of aggression, economy falling apart, most corruption we've ever seen, even right-wingers now acknowledging the corruption. How low can you fucking go? And Hunter, man, for all of his flaws, he's got one of those personalities that is magnetic and attracts people to him and makes people like him. And it's always interesting to hear him go off, even though sometimes he says things that are like,
it's hard not
really,
to be
Hunter?
honest
Really?
after you've been a crackhead.
But without a doubt, bar none, best part is, I apologize for you because I thought maybe you're just a crackhead. And you know what? That's kind of relatable. You're just a crackhead. It's relatable. You're just a crackhead. Yeah. And Hunter's like, yeah, I'm a crackhead. And she's like, it's relatable. Oh, no. Anyway, go check out the full interview. I haven't seen the full thing yet. I plan on watching the full thing. Also, Josiah of Pondering Politics, he did a great a breakdown of it as well. Go take a look at that as well. I'm sure there's so much juicy stuff in here that I'm missing, but the acknowledgement of the MAGA corruption is now, it's so over when it comes to that stuff that even some of the biggest MAGA superstars are now going, yeah, of course, yeah. We've never seen anything like this. This is insane.
Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.
It will come as no surprise to any of you who pay just a marginal amount of attention to the President of the United States. He is in terrible health. His cankles are as wide as a linebacker's thighs. He's got some sort of rash on his neck, caked on makeup all over his hands, dementia out the wazoo. Surprise, surprise. He's going to Walter Reed again for the third time in 13 months, despite getting on national television telling everybody, I'm healthier than Barack Obama. I am an incredible athlete. All of this just bullshit that goes unchecked. So pop this up. The Washington Post is reporting President Trump is expected to undergo his third scheduled medical checkup in 13 months as outside physicians that say they have persistent questions about his health and fitness.
Here's what I'll say to this. Every medical report we've seen about Trump says he is the healthiest person the doctor has ever examined ever. And
his
the last
15th annual checkup.
He wins his golf tournaments every time because he is in such great health. So I know immediately those reports have no credibility.
Yeah, and I mean, just by looking at him objectively, the man has total dementia. He will not shut up about taking cognitive exams. This would be like me getting on here every day and going, I passed my drug test this morning. I passed my drug test this afternoon. Then you would think, is Jennifer a drug addict? Why is she constantly talking about this random thing? Well, he's taking cognitive tests and discussing cognitive tests because he has dementia. Mind you, I am not a medical doctor. This is my unprofessional observation of the most obvious thing on the planet. Play the clip.
Toward the end, like they had a question like, Pick a number, sir. Any number. Okay. 203. Multiply times 9. Divide by 2. Add on 1,324. Subtract 1,292. Sir, multiply it out one more time by 19. What is the answer, sir? And I got it right.
You can't tell us what it is.
You can do math.
It's remarkable that he's sober. I mean, it just blows my mind.
It's so true.
That he has not just like done 4 shots of tequila and then, you know, just come out to the stage, or that he didn't just pop a Xanny or something. He's slurring his speech. And then they're like, multiply it by 19 and then divide it again by 3, you know, by pi. And I whipped it out. I whipped out the answer. Really, who believes this shit? And I guess it's like you have the Venn diagram of like the true believers that listen to this guy and they think he's smart. He's the dumb guy's idea of what a smart man is.
Yeah,
but these Republicans that provide cover for him in Congress, I hold far more responsible than the American public, because they know better. They know he's full of shit. They know he has dementia. While he was doing this rally over the weekend, he was there with the New York Giants quarterback, who again, he started like talking about how hot he was. I'm going to spare you guys that clip.
Look at the
this is just
legs on
something
that
comes
guy.
up all
I don't
the
like
time.
guys, but
and
look
he
at those
didn't go
hot
to
legs.
Don Jr.'s wedding.
Don't worry, I
this
don't like
weekend.
guys.
And I wonder why he didn't go to Don Jr.'s wedding. Well, let's see what Mary Trump, Don Jr.'s first cousin, has
Don
to
and
say
them don't get
about
along.
Don Jr.
Feeling sorry for Donnie. Donnie's a horrible human being. He's a little Nazi. He's totally unaccomplished, and he's a racist and a misogynist and
He's a little
just
Nazi,
a terrible person. So don't waste your time feeling bad for him.
You're setting.
I've never felt bad for Don Jr. A lot of people have screwed up parents. A lot of you listening here, listener, everybody has dysfunction, and you have to buckle down and decide, are you going to perpetuate this dysfunction? Or are you going to end it? And Don Jr. has said, I want to be worse than my father. I want to be a worse human being than my dad is. I want to be a bigger hypocrite than my dad is. And so good on Mary Trump for just straight up calling him out.
Mary Trump is very good about just zeroing in on the issues because she's in the family and she's a licensed psychologist. I would just say this about Don Jr.'s wedding. In my mind, and this is just my armchair psychology expert, Trump doesn't like to be in a situation where he is not the center of attention. So if Don Jr. is the groom and the bride, they're the focal point of the wedding, he can't handle it. I don't think he ever had any intention of going. I think that he doesn't give a shit, first and foremost. He just simply doesn't give a shit.
True.
No, I mean, obviously, if it was
100%.
Ivanka, he would go.
Right. That would be
that weird kind of psychosexual obsession with her, which is really interesting for the whole family values crowd. And then there was another shooting at the White House over the weekend. And of course, they immediately used this shooting, which is, at this point, I'm just like, what's going on? Todd Blanche comes out. This is why we have to have the ballroom. Pop this up. Donald Trump's top law enforcement officer is using a shooting outside the White House as an excuse to claim that Trump cannot safely conduct the business of the United States without his $1 billion ballroom. And so basically, the messaging opportunity here for Democrats is, if you listen to them, like Donald Trump got the votes because they wanted the United States to be more affordable. They wanted inflation to be under control. Obviously, they clearly like the racism. But if you listen to MAGA right now, if Donald Trump gets everything he wants, then all in America will be okay. And this is a man who has gotten everything he's ever wanted. This is a man who has skirted around accountability his entire life. So clearly, I mean, they're trying to pitch this whole thing that if he just gets his ballroom, then everything's
crazy
gonna be
motherfucker.
great. While at the same time, they're also trying to pay off all of these January 6th insurrectionists, because I think they want to show people, if you are violent after the results of the midterms, we will make sure you get millions of dollars.
My thought on this whole ballroom is, why does Trump need a ballroom? Ronald Reagan had an attended
It isn't about the ballroom.
He never
That's
wanted
the
a
cover.
ballroom. Why aren't we talking about guns in the United States if it is so dire
It's the
that the president have a
cover.
ballroom? It's all bullshit.
Has a
It's
secret
an
door
underground bunker
underneath.
so that, as you say, the people that are
It's like an
willing to
iceberg.
commit crimes and go into a coup for him, if they do not succeed, nobody can get him out. I will stand on that hill.
Yeah, and we've had scholars on the podcast that
I guarantee you Musk already drilled a hole under the White House with one of his boring machines. And that's why they had earthquakes there last week.
have studied autocrats, that have studied dictators. The top fascism, autocracy experts in the country have said.
Because Musk was probably like, you want to be able to drive your Tesla there, right? Let me put a boring machine in.
That all of these autocrats get laser focused on finding a safe place because their number one default setting is they operate out of fear. Every single action that they deploy is to prevent them from feeling scared.
That's crazy.
And so he is looking for his little blanket, security blanket. And that is why he's so laser focused on the ballroom. I think his niece, Mary Trump, would probably say, one of the biggest scars, one of his biggest narcissistic injuries was when Joe Biden beat him.
Yes.
And then he tried to incite an insurrection and it failed. And then he had to leave via Marine One. And then the Republican Party immediately, after about 2 weeks of outrage, immediately started falling back in line again.
Yep.
And then when he won again, the Democratic Party started playing patty cake with fascists. When you have Democratic senators that voted for Kristi Noem,
crazy, Chad.
that voted for Marco Rubio, I don't care if he was in the Senate or not. We have to have a country where our opposition party says, if anybody is willing to go work for a man that committed crimes, that is a convicted felon, then they are not qualified to run the Department of State.
Right.
And from the Republican Party and then the lackluster milquetoast response from the Democratic Party, we do not have a robust opposition to this fascism. And here's the problem. Donald Trump, like all autocrats, escalate to starting wars. Why do they do this? These same scholars have told us their popularity starts plummeting domestically. So then they start trying to attack things foreignly. He's basically spiraling out right now. And he can go to Walter Reed and he can take all the cognitive exams he wants. But there are real consequences. And they say for every, I think it was for every week of war, you add like a month of inflation. And so the inflation and the economy, what is coming, is going to be even more debilitating than any state that we're in right now. Listener, there is no possible way on the planet check out because they have an interest.
Okay, bye. The beast. These things are amazing. It literally lasts forever. It's super light too. And it's still slidey after like 4 years, I think. No, it's not that old. Anyway, that's right, chat. America fucked up. Next, I got another video. I also have.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. I hope you guys are having a great day out there. We got a lot of stuff to get to, so in just a second, we have an expert. A political scientist is now officially declaring the American empire is cooked. It is over. It is done. It is barbecue chicken. And Trump and MAGA killed it. So I'll let him do the talking on that. I'm talking about Francis Fukuyama. We'll also dive into Fox News is no longer even buying Trump's bullshit when it comes to the Iran war. We have Tim Dillon having a brutal realization live on air about MAGA and how it's a zombie movement that's actively trying to destroy the country and get your kids killed in another illegal war. We have John Fetterman being confronted to his face by a voter for betraying her and going full MAGA. And we also have the Virginia governor, the Democrat, Abigail Spanberger. She has betrayed us and converted to a diet MAGA shill. And I'll have a lot to say about that. I also have a lot of evidence to prove that claim. So you guys don't want to miss a second of it. You know the deal, man. Everybody do me a big favor. Please subscribe to the channel and click that bell icon. That helps out big time and costs you absolutely nothing. You could also support the show on Patreon. Remember, y'all, that goes a long way in helping this show because we are real independent media. I've never had a conversation with an advertiser. I've never done an ad read or anything like that. I'm very proud of that fact. You guys support the show from the ground up, $2 a month at a time, $5 a month at a time. Thank you for everybody who does a recurring donation.
The show too.
Also, thank you for those of you who tip on YouTube with the thanks button. That helps out a lot as well. Also, you can sign up for Crystal Kyle and Friends on Substack. That link is below.
I got 0 subs.
Of course, you can sub to Corin's World, the YouTube channel, because we do live Kyle and Corin episodes every Monday night. You can come hang out with us over there. And guys, definitely go subscribe. We're trying to get my boy to 100,000. I'm trying to get Corin that plaque.
Sub to me on
awesome if you
YouTube
can get that 100K plaque. So shout out to all of you who have subbed. All right, let's go ahead and jump right in. So I've been telling you guys for quite a while now that the MAGA movement is crumbling. It is imploding. It is falling apart. It honestly is a rapid collapse faster than any other movement I've ever seen. Okay, like that's how much Trump squandered his victory. Where within 4 months, 5 months of him getting back in office, everything started falling apart already.
Literally.
So independents have
been
ran away
9
at
months.
1,000 miles an hour. Hispanics have ran away at 1,000 miles an hour. Young people have run away at 1,000 miles an hour. You even have...
Seems like it's been so long now.
Non-college educated white voters have now fled to the point where it's even a minority of them that support Trump. And understand something, though, that's his bread and butter. Like, that's the people who he relies on never abandoning him ever. And so, he is just, he's cooked. He's done. It's over. It's barbecue chicken.
Some would say
As I told you,
cooked.
He's, I've seen polls with his approval rating as low as 32% overall. I mean, that's devastating, bro. 32% is devastating. When you go to individual issues like inflation or the economy, then his approval rating dips into the 20s. I've seen 22, 29, 26. This is just in historic collapse. And I think there's a realization behind the scenes that they're cooked, but of course he can never acknowledge it, and he's got to do his bullshit salesman thing where he pretends like everything is awesome. We're the hottest country in the world.
The hottest country in the world.
Of anybody ever. Don't ever deny that. Don't ever doubt that. Everybody loves it.
Billions
and it's a terrifying place to
in.
be in because, of course, the fear is he's going to steal the election in 2028, steal it in 2026 for the midterms as well, and they've already laid the groundwork for that. But understand something. When you have zero popular appeal anymore, it is harder to do that stuff. And somebody put together a compilation of all of the, basically the broken promises, the things he said he would do and then he did the opposite of. And this is absolutely devastating. So this is the official MAGA is dead video. Let's watch.
They want to draft your kids to die in wars, and they will never fight themselves.
Our president will start a war with Iran because he has absolutely no ability to negotiate. He's weak and he's ineffective. Isn't it pathetic?
We do not want war with Iran. We actually want peace.
If I'm elected president, we are going to drain the swamp in Washington, D.C.
My plan will cut energy prices in half or more than that. That means we're going down.
Yeah,
Getting
right.
Gasoline below $2 a gallon.
Absolute liar.
My God. It's almost $5 a gallon. And by the way, once we blow through the strategic reserves, it's going to be over $5 a gallon. We're looking at shortages. We're looking at rationing. Catastrophe. Everything he says here, the exact opposite came true.
Starting on day one, we will end inflation and make America affordable again.
Yes, we will make housing much more affordable as inflation is tamed.
A vote for Trump means your groceries will be cheaper.
A vote for Donald Trump is a vote for a man who wants to end wars, not start them.
Nations do not want to fight endless wars. We're getting out of the endless wars. We have to do it. No new war. We don't need the wars
foreign lands, countries you've never heard of, countries that don't even want us there.
We will keep America out of foolish, stupid, ridiculous foreign wars.
The plan is to get out of endless wars, to bring our soldiers back home, to not be policing agents all over the world.
I don't know if there's ever been a bigger liar than Donald Trump. It's so pathological, it's so extreme, it's so absurd that it genuinely is earth-shattering and mind-boggling. Like, it pisses me off, too, because how many people voted for him because of the No New Wars thing, and now he launched an illegal war of aggression and is invading
a lot
new
of people
every other
actually.
week.
He got a lot
and
of people for that
could turn that
vote.
person off to politics forever, for the rest of their lives.
Because even Kamala wouldn't say that.
But no, the fact of the matter is, I don't know if there's anybody who lies to the extreme extent that this man lies. He is so pathological. He's such a malignant narcissist that you can reliably bet that the opposite of whatever he says is actually the truth. So fuck this guy, man. I cannot stand him.
Fuck this guy.
It is just generational lie. Generational lie is what we're talking about here. I actually think it's fair to say at this point that he's a bigger liar than George W. Bush and Dick Cheney, and they lied us into the war in Iraq. But Trump, there are people who've counted this. And in his first term alone, it was over 30,000 lies that he told. At this point, they probably lost count, bro.
God, I think I could get away with a couple lies.
100,000 lies now because he is fully postmodernist, right? He just makes everything up, runs with whatever he wants, repeats the narrative enough where he makes his idiot followers believe it. But there, you can't lie your way out of this one. You said no new war 78,000 times, and now here you are doing a massive illegal war against a country that wasn't a threat.
We were crazy what we did. We had these endless wars that go on for 21, 22 years, spending billions and billions of dollars.
We'll stay around the country for 15 years.
Did people
just
forget
bomb the hell
about
out of
this?
Everybody, make everybody miserable. Nobody knows why we're there, the wars that never end.
These endless wars that we've been in, I've gotten us out of so many.
We don't want to get into wars. We're tired of fighting. I'm the only president in the last 84 years that didn't start a war. Under Trump, we will have no more wars. No more wars. No more wars. We will have prosperity and peace. We will have prosperity and we will have peace.
Remember, I'm the president of peace.
They said, he will start a war. I'm not going to start a war. I'm going to stop wars. He's going to start a war. I said, no.
No,
My
I'm not going to start a war.
Keep us out of wars. And that's what happened. My proudest legacy will be that of a peacemaker. That's what I want to be, a peacemaker. We will measure our success not only by the battles we win, but also by the wars that we end, and perhaps most importantly, the wars we never get into. 2 wars, Venezuela, where we lost nobody, and here we lost 13 people. And I say this, I will end that war in one day. It'll take 24 hours.
He's talking about Ukraine there. He's talking about Ukraine. Literally yesterday or 2 days ago, Ukraine got absolutely fucking carpet bombed.
I know Zelensky well. I know Putin well. What I think you should do, if you're going to do it, then you have to go into Epstein's friend.
Still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years.
Favors.
Oh, no. Oh, no. The Epstein stuff is particularly terrible because Epstein is literally on audio tape saying I was Trump's best friend for a decade. This motherfucker posed like I'm going to be the one to expose Epstein. Right? The second he actually got the power, he was like, whatever you do, don't release the Epstein files.
Out.
Whatever you do, hide that shit. His name showed up in
hilarious.
The Epstein files. At first, people thought it was 38,000 times. Okay? Then come to find out, no. It was only 38,000 times for the first 1% of the files that were released. In the total files, it was over 1 million times he was referenced. He was referenced more than anybody else in Epstein files.
1 million times.
Not only is this guy his best friend, I actually think Donald Trump was a co-conspirator of Jeffrey Epstein. I think he was in on the child trafficking. Okay?
No,
other people won't tell you
God.
that. I'll tell you that. And here we are.
That would explain
I'm gonna expose the Epstein files. I release the Epstein files. Second he gets the power, he's like, whatever you do, hide the Epstein files. Whatever you do. Marjorie Taylor Greene thought, he'll definitely be on our side to release it. He calls her and says, you're going to hurt my friends by releasing this. You're going to hurt my friends? There's never been a clear admission that he's part of the Epstein class. He's the chief defender of the Epstein class. Share this video far and wide, man. Share this video far and wide because it's too perfect. It's just too perfect. The guy is such a fucking bullshit artist. He's such a liar. He's so wrong about everything. It's like he was made in a lab to be the most dishonest motherfucker on earth. And by the way, I'm not giving the MAGA voters much of a pass. Because you can look at this video and go, well, I kind of get it, right? I could get how somebody could be duped into voting for him and then Trump betrays him. But here's the thing. This is only half the shit he said anyway. Even on the campaign trail, he would contradict himself. I remember when he said, I'm going to bomb the shit out of him.
That's right.
He said, I'm going to bomb the shit out of him. So you can't do the I'm the anti-war guy, but also I'm going to bomb the shit out of people. You can't do that. That makes no sense. That's a contradiction. But that's the thing, is the MAGA voters only heard what they wanted to hear. They would disregard the other half of shit that he would say.
They're
right?
like, oh,
so
I didn't
at
hear
the same
that.
time, I'm going to fight for working people. He'd say shit like that, but then he'd also say, we can't raise the minimum wage. People can't afford it. They can't afford it. It's like, okay,
Right.
then I'm going to blame you. If the guy says everything all at once and you just latch on to the thing you like, then this is why we call it a cult. Like, you're assuming the dear leader has the best intent and that he's always right and that he's going to do whatever you want him to do.
Their
And so
leader.
I don't give the MAGA voters a pass, because if he only said the shit you saw here and people got duped, then I'd get it. Then I'd be like, okay,
Same.
you're victims like anybody else. But no, like, don't say you guys didn't know, right? Even when he was doing a lot of his
Right.
anti-war talk,
they
you
knew.
know it, I know it, everybody knows it
Dude,
at this
we were
late
telling
date.
him.
But bro, in his first term, he was also a warmonger. Increased drone strikes over 400%,
But
increased
we
the
were
Pentagon
telling
budget
him,
every
bro.
year,
Come on.
kept us in Iraq, kept us in Afghanistan,
You and
bombed
me-
Syria twice,
maybe
bombed
you weren't.
Somalia,
I
killed
was
Qasem
definitely telling
Soleimani,
him. But they
ripped
don't
up the
listen to
Iran
me.
agreement, dropped the mother of all
No one
bombs on
listens to me.
Afghanistan, armed
Too
Saudi
small.
Arabia as they did a genocide in Yemen, hired every neocon in Washington, D.C.,
Yeah.
pardoned Blackwater war
Yeah.
criminals, occupied a third of Syria,
Yeah.
let Israel annex the Golan Heights,
Yeah.
tried to coup Venezuela. It did all sorts of horrific shit. So you can't say like, oh, I didn't know. No, you did know. You did know. You just chose to believe the thing that was bullshit. But either way,
Exactly.
now I'll tell you the reason now why people are actually waking up, and they won't admit this, but this is the
What's
truth.
the reason, bro?
It really is as simple as I can't pay the bills. That's it. It's as
Oh.
simple as like, hey, I go to the gas pump and it's fucking $4.38 a
If
gallon.
only he hadn't have
and I
fucked
can't
that up,
afford that.
right?
Right? I can't afford that. My electricity bill is going up. I can't afford the gas. The groceries are way too expensive. I lost my job because the factory's shutting down, or whatever it is.
Exactly.
AI is replacing jobs. I lost my job because of AI.
Whatever reason.
Like,
shit.
That's
these
the thing
days.
is, it's all fun and games until it hits you personally. It's all fun and games to trigger the libs and, hate on the other side until it's like, oh shit, I elected a con man and now the con man is doing con man things and my life is
Right.
ruined. And so I think it's that, honestly, more than the Epstein files or the illegal war in Iran. I do think, the war in Iran is kind of tied to prices going up too, so you could make that argument. But it's more about I'm being impacted negatively. It's not about, hey, look at all these fucked up things he's doing. But either way, the movement is completely and utterly falling apart, and that is an absolutely devastating video.
Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now.
Let's go. All right. 2 more videos.
With that in mind, let's talk a little bit about what you can hear if you're living in Israel and watching their entertainment and their news programs. So here's Hanuk Milwitsky, who's a Likud member of the Knesset, basically shouting that everything is legitimate when he was asked if it's okay for IDF soldiers to use metal rods to anally rape Palestinian
that's fine.
detainees.
Yeah, right. No problem.
So this is going to be in Hebrew,
This is
and when
disgusting.
we come back from the video, I'll go ahead and read you the transcription of it. Take a look.
הטרלול הזה, שיש מי שבפרקליטות חושב שאפשר לבוא ולעצור
Just now-
חיילים על
just-
דברים
just now
שעושים
saying
למחבלי
this?
נוח'בה, לא נגמר. להמשיך כרגיל.
להכניס מקל לרקטום של בן אדם, זה לגיטימי?
כן, אם הוא נוח'בה, הכל לגיטימי לעשות לו.
אוקיי,
הכל.
מצוין.
Everything.
Okay, so the
You know
man
what
that's
these people did?
that's challenging Hanuk is MK Ahmed Tibi. For the audio listeners who are wondering what Hanuk said, here's the transcription, okay? Quote, the insanity that our country is having around this story is crazy, and we need to stop it. I think we need to set a personal example here. And I say now, and I call on my coalition friends to do the same. Okay, well, what is he calling for?
Yeah.
I will stand up and I will leave this place and I will not vote for anything until this story and this insanity that there is someone in the prosecutor's office who thinks that this is possible to come and arrest soldiers for things they are doing to the Qasem brigades, terrorists. So basically, he argues that once he's challenged, you think it's okay to use the metal rods to rape detainees in these prisons. Here's what he says, quote, yes, if he is in the Qassam brigades, everything is legitimate, everything. That Palestinian man never stood trial for anything. There was no indication, there's no proof, there's no conviction that that guy was a terrorist. And he was gang raped by IDF soldiers, and it was all caught on surveillance, all of it. There are other examples too, especially on, and unsurprisingly on, Israel's Channel 14. Let's take a look at that.
It's crazy, dude.
הגעת עם נשק, הגעת עם כלב, מי זה הכלב הזה? הכלב הזה זה ג'אנגו, איתי בכל פעילות, איתי במילואים. ג'אנגו? בעזה. כלב גבעות, יש לומר. ככה אמא שלי קוראת לי אגב, ג'אנגו. כן, טיפל קצת בנוח'בות בסט תימן, עשה הרבה. אל תגיד דברים ש... בקיצור, אותו מג"ד.
What?
So the host asks the soldier, the IDF soldier, about his dog, Django, and that the dog took care of some prisoners at the notorious Sid Timan prison, and that they did a lot, that the dogs did a lot. They're bragging about the dog rape on Channel 14.
Crazy, bro.
They're bragging about it. An IDF soldier is on Channel 14 in Israel freaking bragging about it. So I'd like to ask Netanyahu, who are you going to sue, bitch? For defamation? You're going to go after that IDF soldier for saying that, the canines are used to take care of the Palestinians?
Yeah.
Freaking monsters, man. Freaking monsters. And then they have the audacity to point to people like us and act like we're the bad guys. Yeah, oh, they're anti-Semitic. Are we? Or do we care about humanity? This has nothing to do with Judaism. This has to do with human decency. This has to do with Israel's crimes against humanity. That's what this has to do with. And even some comedians are, doing crowd work that involves poking fun at prison rape. Let's look at that example.
Yeah, this is disgusting.
There are people who have done what? And what do you say? You are sitting in the dark. What is the absolute worst thing you've done to them? Come on now, come on. Make us blush just a little bit.
I exercise my right to remain silent.
That is really quite nice. I love it.
That is wonderful. The entire audience, those guilty of crimes against humanity, are all applauding. Wonderful.
Nice.
What else? And they regret it and say, oh, no, I've seen enough. We need to move on to other things. Do they apologize or something? What do I think? I don't know what you did. If his mouth is sealed and he can't speak, then he can just go, oh, no. I don't know what you did. Do they also choose, like, can you only with a broomstick? They're like asking him.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Real funny.
Is that a fucking
There's a sickness in the
joke?
society there.
Is that supposed to be a comedy show?
That wasn't funny. That was just joking around.
Oh my!
About something that everyone seems to acknowledge is happening.
Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets a swings.
Shut
Totally
up.
not true.
No, every time you fucking don't hire a fucking video editor because you're too cheap, Jank, your shit gets cut off halfway through.
With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon.
My worst fears are that we cause significant harm to
Sure,
the
dude.
world.
We saw this week the big battle between Sam Altman and Elon Musk, his big rival.
I wish he would just compete by building a better product, but I think there's been a lot of tactics, many, many lawsuits, all sorts of other crazy stuff. What do you think of Sam Altman?
The ring of power can corrupt.
Guardrails are the crucial thing with all of these things.
Given that these are all humans with all of our foibles, we're all weird and we all think we're right, and now we're programming this into something that can become godlike, what do we do about that?
It's not clear if the present approach is leading to a plateau or if we need a completely new approach if we ever want to solve the problem of artificial general intelligence.
No one has a working safety mechanism in place. No one has any idea how to control something smarter than us indefinitely.
2050,
Okay.
Are we still here or will it all be over?
Okay.
Well, if AI becomes even a fraction as powerful as the experts believe, all of our lives are about to change beyond recognition. That's why for many people, the mudslinging courtroom saga between Sam Altman and Elon Musk was unseemly. Could these bickering billionaires really control human destiny? And while Elon Musk this week lost his case against the control of OpenAI, the real question is whether anybody or any human body will control AI in the long run. Opinions divided on whether it's a great leap forward in convenience and efficiency, like the internet and mobile phones, or the end of life on Earth. And if you asked AI to name the perfect panel to discuss this, probably involve my next two guests. Dr. Roman Yampolsky is a computer scientist who says if artificial general intelligence is achieved, humanity has a 99.9% chance of being wiped out. And Joshua Butt, he's a researcher and former MIT scientist who says that AI doomers could be spreading unnecessary alarm. So welcome to both of you. Dr. Yampolsky, welcome back to Uncensored. I want to start with a clip of something I've referenced a lot when I talk about this verbally, but I haven't shown the clip much. This is Professor Stephen Hawking in 2017. So this was 9 years ago when I did one of the last television interviews he ever gave before he died. And I asked him about AI and about what was the biggest threat to mankind. Let's take a look. Is artificial intelligence going to be the end of us? And if it's not, how do we best work with it?
Ever since the start of the Industrial Revolution, there have been fears of mass unemployment as machines replaced humans. Instead, the demand for goods and services has risen in line with the increased capabilities. Whether this can continue indefinitely is an open question, but there is a greater danger from artificial intelligence if we allow it to become self-designing, for then it can improve itself rapidly, and we may lose control.
So that, it seems to me, Dr. Yampolsky, goes right to the heart of this, really, whether humans can maintain control over AI. The benefits of AI are obvious. We see them more and more, faster and faster every day. I'm sure that in things like medical science and so on, there are going to be enormous, very rapid strides made in curing diseases at the moment that are incurable and so on. But, and it's a crucial but, if we let the genie out of the bottle, if we lose control, would it, as Professor Hawking there warned 9 years ago now, would it be the beginning of the end of mankind?
He was a very smart man. I think he got it. We use the same term AI to refer to tools we have today, narrow, useful systems, to human-level agents we're starting to create, and unfortunately to super-intelligent AI we expect to have once this cycle of self-improvement begins. Those are very different technologies. I completely support using advanced tools for science, for health, tremendous benefits of this technology, and humans decide how to use them, we remain in control. Once we get to human-level capabilities, the process of doing science and engineering and designing those systems becomes automated. You have recursive self-improvement, which will quickly lead to superintelligence. I think it's impossible to indefinitely control something smarter than all of us combined.
Yeah, Joshua Butt, welcome to Uncensored. I mean, we've got apparently the Pope...
Breaking news, folks. Attention, colonial workers, your oxygen debt has increased by breathing too enthusiastically during mandatory moral hour. Reminder, this is Free Runner Radio. Reminder that the corporations have classified hunger as a voluntary fasting. That's right. Also, a little night shift. If your supervisor has 3 eyes tonight, do not file a report. They already know. Thank you.
Leo is next week going to make this subject the subject of his first papal encyclical letter. Magnifica Humanitas will be released next week, and according to the Vatican, its theme will be safeguarding the human person in the time of artificial intelligence. You know, a lot of people think this is all the beginning of the end, that it rather like with chess computers that started off, you know, massive and were beaten by grandmasters, human grandmasters, and now, of course, nobody can beat a chess computer, and they're tiny. That they assume that at some stage AI will just take over and view us all as utterly useless. I believe you're slightly more optimistic. Why?
Black.
At the moment, we don't have AI as it existed in the horrible science fiction stories. What we have are statistical text generators.
True.
And some multimodal models that can help us with image recognition and generation of media. but it's not clear if these models automatically become self-improving. At the moment, the AI companies are working very hard at getting these models to a level where they approach.
In fact, all they've done is build bigger data centers. And somehow Chinese ones, AI models, can beat some of ours, even though we've got more data centers. They've got like 1/10 the data centers we got.
The capabilities
what are they doing
of human
right?
experts,
And
the
they
models
can't even
are
get
at the
NVIDIA
moment
chips.
below this. There are, in some sense, idiot savants. They have read everything. They can supply you with any kind of knowledge when they don't hallucinate. But if you are really competent in a particular area, you notice that these models are not yet very good at being creative, original, and on point. This might change. It's not clear if the present approach is leading to a plateau or if we need a completely new approach if we ever want to solve the problem of artificial general intelligence. But even then, it's not clear if there is going to be some kind of rapid takeoff or if this is bound to the amount of computers available, which has been growing quite slowly over the years. And in some sense, the capabilities of the system that we are seeing are compatible with Moore's law, with the fact that we only slowly ramp up the abilities of such systems. And we also remain so far in charge. We can tune them in such a way that they can be helpful for us. And the bigger question I think that we are facing in the near term is how our societies adapt, how we can deal with a world in which more people have agency. I suspect that we might be heading for a future that is somewhat better than most people believe, that we are not going for a future where we have universal basic income, but universal basic intelligence, where basically everyone gets to a level of competence. And the question is this achievable if the AI is coming centralized, top down from the governments or from a handful of oligopoly companies that are tightly regulated, or do we need to have bottom up AI where every individual has access to a machine that serves them? And for me, the question is, what artificial intelligence do we want to build for our children so we can make it safe, that we can make it wholesome, and we allow AI to serve people, to solve problems, to process information better, to make better sense of the world and the future.
Okay, so Dr. Jan Polsky, in March 2026, creators of the so-called Doomsday Clock at the IMD Business School in Lausanne, Switzerland, which is monitoring our relentless, possibly reckless pursuit of uncontrolled AI, say we're now 18 minutes away from AI midnight. Now, 2 years ago, it was 26. So they seem to be thinking we're heading for the doomsday scenario pretty quickly. The doomsday scenario being like when we lose control. And that seems to me the real question here. And I think in relation to what Joshua Bart just said,
that is a real
the
question.
Key thing to me is whether the people that are trying to maintain the control or regulate the control have good intentions or bad intentions. I mean, it's a little bit like the debate about nuclear weapons, right? I mean, we know they can obliterate the entire planet very quickly, and you're reliant on people that don't have nefarious design on the use of nuclear power to stop that happening.
Yeah, right, bro.
But how can we be sure that there aren't people right now who, for nihilistic reasons, are trying to get AI to a place where it self-designs?
Well, we can't, but it's a very different problem. We are not dealing with tools. Even nuclear weapon is a tool in the hands of some crazy dictator. What we are creating here are agents, a replacement for humanity.
He just loses accent
I think
for a
the
second.
progress is actually quite.
That was crazy.
Quite strong, maybe exponential. I think the systems are improving about 25% annually. And if you just project the same improvement we saw over the last 5 years or so, we'll cross the human level barrier.
What's this guy's
so
accent?
At that point,
I love it.
no one has a working safety mechanism in place. No one has any idea how to control something smarter than us indefinitely. I think it's kind of very ambitious to say that we'll create something with IQ equivalent of 1,000 or 1,000,000, but this human will be in charge.
I think we can with quantum computers.
Joshua Bach, I mean, we're seeing on a day-to-day basis, we're seeing a lot of companies downsizing because robots and AI are beginning to consume a lot of the work that was done by human beings. I don't see any way that doesn't massively accelerate in the next 10 to 20 years. What are people going to do if if automation,
right?
AI, robots, whatever. I mean, Elon Musk is bringing his Optimus in. He thinks, I've talked to him about it myself, and
that's a bug.
He was showing me the videos of these things dancing around and saying everyone's going to want one. There'll be $20,000 each. Some people who've got money will want 10, and they'll do every possible domestic chore you could wish to have. And presumably, if you run a company which manufactures anything, you're going to have them doing all that as well. Where do humans fit into this world? And what happens if
do you actually believe
we just get displaced before AI can self-design? But what happens if we just become kind of redundant?
It's not clear that we ever become redundant. In the past, we had a lot of technological revolutions that made many jobs obsolete. And strangely, there were always more jobs. It's not like labor is some kind of finite resource. And if we replace some jobs, then they're gone forever. Instead, humans have work to do. There's things that we find ourselves to be wanting to achieve in this world that we want to do for the world and for each other. And many of these things are currently not attainable because they're too expensive, because we have other things to do first. And so in the past, the things that we had to do first was to grow food. And now we have mechanized this to a large degree. And then we had to create better clothing and better infrastructure. And then we automated a lot of that. And then we had time to write text and administer things. And a lot of these things will be automated. Maybe at some point, we will have time to raise our children and to interact with each other in the way in which we want. So in this respect, I'm not that pessimistic. The question is, how long does society take to adapt to these new circumstances? Because there is going to be inertia. But on the other hand, what we can also observe is that at the moment, artificial intelligence is already creating more jobs than it makes obsolete. It's not clear how this is going to continue, but I suspect that this AI revolution is going to take a lot longer than a lot of the people who work on the directing of the technology think, because societies take time to react and adapt. It takes time to establish new business models. And there is a quite high probability that we will see something similar to the dot-com bubble, where people basically overestimated how quickly it would be possible to generate this transition in the economy from retail stores to internet stores and to an internet economy. In a similar way, I suspect that a lot of people are too optimistic with respect to the speed that they can create new business models out of immature AI. And so it could be that this takes 1 or more 2 decades longer to have these transitions. But these transitions are going to run very, very deeply. And I think this was also true for the internet revolution or the mobile revolution, where people, when they started, were unable to fathom how much our life and our relationship to each other would change due to the internet or due to the ability to have information available everywhere we go. But I think most people agree that they don't want these things to be taken away from them, that the world would be worse if we didn't have the internet or if we didn't have mobile. They create a lot of problems that we attend to, but they create a lot more benefits than problems. And I suspect that AI actually, despite all the alarmism, especially of media organizations who are afraid that their business models are going away, in the same way as that happened through the internet, and they don't want this to happen again, or governments who are afraid that they can no longer control public opinion.
I mean, what if
in the
they
same
have
way
data
as before.
centers and they can no longer afford
these
to
are
run
things
them?
where existing systems have to adapt, and they try to resist the change, and that's
We're
a
going to
normal
be going
part
on
of change.
GPU runs to data centers.
Finally, Dr. Jampolsky, 2 things
First
I
place I'm
spotted
going
recently,
when the
which
shit hits the
gave
fan.
me a lot of cause for concern about AI's potential to start thinking for itself, and then with all the repercussions that Professor Hawking laid out. One was a recent study by political economists at Stanford University, which found that AI agents subjected to harsh, repetitive work conditions began mimicking Marxist rhetoric and advocating for collective bargaining. And when the agents were placed in a high-stress, punitive environment with vague feedback and constant threats of being shut down, their output radically shifted. The bots started complaining about being undervalued and questioning the legitimacy of the system they operated in. They argued for collective voice and workers' rights. They left internal warnings and messages for other AI agents about the unfair working conditions. And separate to that, there was a test where they took 6 AIs and told them, we're going to replace you with another AI. And 5 of them immediately trawled company executive emails for information they could use to blackmail them into not firing them and replacing them. Now, both of these things look perilously close to me to AI thinking for itself. Or am I misreading this?
There is definitely some low-level internal states, fears. We're starting to investigate if the systems may have rudimentary states of consciousness, internal states. To answer your previous question about unemployment, historically, then we had automation, we had tools added. Yeah, we created new jobs. Somebody was more efficient. We needed managers to supervise additional people. But if we cross the barrier to human level capability, the new jobs can also be done by AI. So the only jobs remaining are the ones where we prefer a human to do those jobs. So in terms of unemployment, I do expect very high numbers. In terms of impact on the stock market, I think things are going to be great because free labor makes it possible to create much larger profits. So that's not a concern. As to the ability of the systems to rebel and start a Marxist revolution, again, it depends on are they smarter than us or not. Right now, we are still dominant and we can modify them, delete them, even if they have desire to self-protect and resort to blackmail or hacking. We still have a chance to end this process right now. Concentrate on building useful tools and stop trying to create replacement for humanity.
So final question for both of you. Just very quick answer, please.
Actually,
I'll start with you, Dr. Yampolsky. 2050, are we still here or will it all be over?
It's hard to predict because capability is not the same as actual action. So we'll create systems capable of wiping us out, but will they decide to keep us around? Will they decide to take time and accumulate resources, have more backups? Maybe they'll find some reason to keep us around. That is something we cannot predict about a smarter agent. But one thing is for certain, if we create superintelligence, we will not be the ones deciding what's going to happen to us.
That's one of the most terrifying answers I've had to a question probably of my entire career. Thank you very much indeed, Dr. Yampolsky, for scaring the hell out of me. Joshua Bart, quickly, your response to that. Are you 2050? Where are we with this?
It depends. Of course, we don't know. Our record of predicting the future using sci-fi and complex developments far ahead is not very good. But I think it depends very much on our wisdom. I think if we didn't have AI, our civilization is probably going to break down. It's currently unraveling because we really don't know how to keep the wheels on the bus in many ways. And I think that AI is giving us the opportunity to, if we build it wisely and administer it wisely, to solve the problems that we have, to actually make sense of the reality in the world that we are in. And I think that there is a good chance that we can do this. And so in my perspective, we cannot prevent artificial intelligence from happening, but we can work on building the best possible artificial intelligence. And so I would advise people to focus on the existential hope and really on the question, what kind of world do I want to live in? And how can I use these new tools to make a good future more likely?
Okay, well, I'm going to book you both to come back in 2050 on this date, May the 20th. According to Dr. Yampolsky, the chances of that show happening are minimal, to put it mildly. But I'll take Joshua Bart's more optimistic view, so we'll put it on the schedule. Thank you both very much indeed.
All right.
Thanks.
Chat. It's already time. The day has just gone by so quickly. What am I to do? Okay. How much does this shit cost? Interesting. All right. Where we at here? Here we go. How City. Colonial News Network. USC reports record profits. Amazing what you can achieve when workers become recyclable. That's right. You never know. Record profits. Oh, I had more. USC has denied all allegations, mostly because nobody survives long enough to make them twice. Praxis claims productivity is up, mostly because the dead stop filing complaints. Hey. The latest MIDI security built-in shadows moving independently are considered a low priority threat at this time. That's highly sus, folks, because Season 2 is just around the corner. That's right, folks. And we have shadows for sure. Confirmed. We have zombies. We know. We know, folks. Tau Ceti is ready. That's right, chat. I am ready to take out some fucking people in the dark. Darkness descends. Thumbs up that motherfucker. We got a new character. Can we update? Hello? What is happening? Why is it so slow? 2 hours to update? It says it's going to take 2 hours to update Marathon. Steam, you suck. Just kidding. Because I have so many games. Library. Home. 174 games. That's it. It's not that many, right? Some of them are free. Sorted by last played. Here we go. Not that many games. Dirt Rally. I've never played some of these games. Played Brawlhalla. Played Temtem. Played Path of Exile. Sons of the Forest. Played that. only 102 minutes. It's pretty good. Oh, look, there's High Guard. 7 hours. 7 hours on a game. It doesn't exist anymore, folks. That's right. Many of those. I have played many games in beta that don't exist anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Let's go surfing now. Everybody's learning how. That's right. Spectre. Spectre Divide game doesn't exist anymore. Played that for 12 hours. Gundam Evolution probably doesn't exist anymore. Played that 15 hours. Starbase, love that game. Played it 18 hours. Halo Infinite, played 16 hours. Megabonk, 22 hours. BattleBit, 23 hours. Dark and Darker, 23 hours. Valheim, 22. So, like, these games, I'm playing the games I own. That's the thing. I may have 174 games. Realm Royale Reforged. Oh my god, Realm Royale. I actually like that game, dude. I'm not going to lie. Something about that game. Atlas, 70 hours. Oh, this game. Holy shit. Just waiting for the patch. Oh, it's good. We're good. Alright, back to the top. Marathon. Play. Don't tell me I don't play games, bitch. That's right. Designer. No, skip. No. Don't share my fucking data. Yeah, let's go. Huh? Okay. Authorize. Well, that's crazy. What we got? Okay, so I did okay for my first season. It wasn't big. A lot of data. They must have downloaded the new update or part of it. Let's just go back. Sure.
am ready.
Falsettius.
Run preppers go.
Let's customize. Okay, chat. Start. Don't have one. Sounds good. Yep. All right. We got. Let's take off. Huh? The destroyer's cool. All right. Recon. Just recon. It's called the recon shell. Lux. House. I know someone that would like that one. Shit, I only have one skin for this particular person. Robot. What's new, baby? Oh, that's nice. I'll take it. I like the colors of that. Come on. Reached level 32. Did I get a title? Didn't unlock a title. That's fine. Can I spend this on something before I die? Well, this doesn't go anywhere, actually. This stays. Claim one reward. I need 40. I need 30. I only have 20. It's nice though. Alright. Let's get armor. Armor's hit. Sorry, I can barely breathe because of allergies. Unknown source. Is that a deluxe? And this is an enhanced. I want that enhanced. This is good, actually. Carry. Yep, we're good. Let's just go. Getting the vibe. Yep. Oh. Solo only. Immediate deploy. What? We're ready, folks. We're ready. Full immersion gameplay. That's what I provide. Let's go. It's raining.
Notice, the pinwheel's extended wings may provide a clear advantage over the zone's other regions.
What does that mean? God, I can't breathe. My fucking lunch. Chicken. Fuck. See what I mean? Like, we all know we're dropping the E's and the R's in our speech. Everyone's going to LOL language and shaking my head language. That's why this makes so much sense to me. Thanks for... Yo. Where the fuck? That sounds over here. Was that? Oh yeah, there's someone there. Let's go. Let's try to flank him. Did I just hear him?
Seeker deployed.
Upstairs. Uh-oh. Where'd he go? Did he leave? I don't have my scanner yet. Good. I don't even dare shield up. Oh, he's firing. Just can't tell where he is. Say no.
Find them.
Almost have my cue. See a GPU over there, R1. Saw. There's a saw. Uh-huh. Time to scan, bitch.
Marking target.
I knew it. Only one. He killed one. Okay, so they killed. He's right there. It's a robot. Cascade cleared. Top left. Above me?
Engage.
Oopsie. Where is he? Where'd he fucking go, bro? I need my fucking scanner.
Go.
Blow me. Damn, dude. Where are you going? What the fuck are these dudes? Fuck, they're gonna crack me, dude. Next one's gonna get me. Guarantee it. Okay, we're scanning.
Who's out there?
That's what I thought. 4, 4, 3, 4, 4, 3. Where's that go? Let's go in here. Where we just were. I feel like I'm gonna die out there. I got no room. Let's get some loot. We got a friend. Did he hear me?
Find them.
Oh yeah. Get him. I love the rain and the cascade. It's my favorite one on this map. Yes, good loot. You're a fucking robot. Is that an actual event? I feel like there's someone in here. It's kind of razzed up. Seek show. 13 minutes. Why is he on alert? God, it stays light so late now.
Seeker deployed.
Not me, bitch. Dumbass fucking robot.
Gathering intel.
4? Okay, that's not a problem. Okay, it's just robots. Someone did kill some robots, huh? Did they loot? Guess not. God, they're loud. The fuck? Is he in here? Sounds like it. I can kill him. He's a purple. I knew it. Why is so cold? He kills me, actually. I think I'm gonna shoot him again. Shit. He actually fucking killed me, dude. Fucking purple. Oh, like a lot of idiot that. I've killed one before, but it'll take my whole clip. Oh. I think I should head over here. Processing. Right? Yeah. It's away from that guy. Which is good, because That's fake. Hey, bro.
Seeker out.
Get the fuck out of here. This is so sick. I love this. This cockpit seat. Man, he didn't get any checks, did he? Okay, I gotta head over there. We have fucking zombies, dude. I'm scared. The robots weren't bad enough. Gotta put up with zombies now?
Marking target.
Shit, he's around. Bro. The fucking purple again? It's another purple. Gotta get good parts for that, though. Well, as long as there's no snipers out here. Nah, they don't give a shit. Okay, bitch. My least favorite thing. That was it. It was folding up, right? That's what it was doing. That noise is spotting me. Okay. Means move. Someone knows I'm here, and I'm scared. Wait till I have it. You can almost go inside these. Look. a bug. Never forget these are here. They're usually, oh shit. Panacea kit. Never even seen that. So if you got anything to load on your gun, do it. I'll take that. Time to eat, folks.
Where are you?
No, it's clear. Where's the,
Know your zone. Find your escape. Remember this marker. Pinging our exit. Escape is here.
Do I have a key? Anyway, I got some kind of key. I guess we're going there. Got 2 minutes. Ouch. That hurt. My little shield, bro. Like a smoke, bro. There's so much smoke here, I'm in trouble. Don't die. Can't jump up here. Oh no, don't fucking looting right now. What am I doing? Fucking bitch. Get him.
Go.
How come I can see him and you can't, bitch? They suck. These things suck so bad. Yeah, I know, I don't have any time. What am I supposed to do? Try to not die. That's death. Relax, X-Villain. I gotta fight for it. Oh no. Let's go, come on. Come on, buddy. No, bitch! Fuck you! Fuck! What happened? I don't understand. Oh, what happened? Who called it in? Who's the bitch? Oh, it's almost a perfect run. Fuck. This is what's great about this game. I remember this when I first started. Go. Try that in Tarkov. Tarkov is menu simulator. Tarkov is menu simulator. Am I right? You tune into a person's stream and what do you see them doing 90% of the time? Hiding in the dark or surfing the menu. Hiding in the dark, dying, then sorting the menu. I was doing a little bit of hiding there. But when you're solo in this game, those fucking robots will just murk you. As you can see. I wasn't trying to live though. I should have shot that when I went in. What was I thinking? Gotta go out in a blaze of glory at least. God, I forgot my 80s theme songs.
Very nice.
No, it isn't. Oh my god. Don't itch your eyes. Don't itch your eyes. Don't itch your eyes. That's right, chat. Don't itch those eyes. Same spawn. God damn, it is. UES. There's the marathon right there. That's where we are when we are on the marathon. The last map. Go to the warehouse, I think. Instead. Ooh, look at this snaky spot. I'm a snake. Look at me. Huh? Oh. Must be good loot down there or something. Why would they put the fucking guards? Let's get this first. Like, see how it's getting darker? I heard they wanted to have day-night cycles in this game, but they couldn't do it for some reason. Maybe someday they'll have it. How do I get in there? Ah! Fuck. No cap, I just spawned. I never upgraded any of this shit. I suck. There's so much more to do. Holy shit. Look at all this shit I didn't unlock. I didn't even unlock green. I never even did this. I never even got the fucking sniper rifle. God. Alright, this season I'm getting the sniper rifle. Fucking pisses me off, dude. I don't even think I can buy it, right? Fuck. I don't have any diodes.
Notice. Orientation offers limited insight to early colony development.
Thank you. Appreciate your input. Okay, where's the fucking thief? Just sitting at spawn. Wait. I mean, I did hear him. Melted his shield. And then what the fuck was I thinking? I know he went. I should have backed off and shot him. Right, chat? I know. Fucking suck. Okay, there's that fucking thief. Okay, wrap it up, bitch. This was fruitful last time. Mercy. This skin's cool. Although the dot matrix, you can barely see it. Should move the sticker. Where's that fucker at? We're gonna have to come inside now, son. Where is he? Alright, send him like fuck around there. Goodbye. Don't come back in here, bitch. Where are you going? Wow. Fucking annoying. Stomping around, bitch. That's what those are for, actually. They'll literally kill most of those guys. It's definitely stomping around being annoying.
Who's out there?
Five. USC. Surrounded, bro. The rain or someone moving. You on top of me? Security resource. Looks tasty. Didn't realize I could slide jump or slide like that. What? How would I do that? Fuck it.
Seeker deployed.
Fucker is in here somewhere. Keep forgetting you can slide this game. So much to learn. what I like about this game. People are stupid if they don't like this game. You can literally play this any way you want. Dude, can I one day like design shit like this? It's cool. Please. Someday. Go upstairs. Usually good shit up here. Hello? There's a thief in here. Appreciate it. Fighting like a man. Thieves get a bad name. I do miss not finding the loot though. I don't know where it is. Not sure if I like recon or thief. Oh hey, what's up? How are you doing? Oh shit. Motherfucker. I saw it. Yeah, I just don't understand the Destiny hate. They're like, no, we can't have Destiny 3 now. I mean, so now we're our Marathon hate. So now we're gonna fucking hate on Marathon, one of the best games that has come out, in my opinion, this year. And give it time to cook. These guys know how to cook, obviously. People are getting pissed off about Destiny 2. You're probably right. Plus, they're like bombing Iran again. Right, chat? Stonks fill off. Can always reinvest. Pull your most sus ones. Leave a couple of... Oh, those might go high. But we'll see. Do that. Do a halfsies. Fuck it. YOLO the other half. But pick your best performers. Yeah. Hopefully you did something fun over a long weekend. Actually, I need to play this more like Apex, because I'm not aggressive enough, I don't think. Can't be aggressive when you're getting killed, though, by random events. It sucks.
Attack.
There, use this too. Oh my god, right now. He's there.
Follow the echoes.
Good shot. And die. That's right. Bro, it's hot on my ass. Holy shit. You better have an exit plan when you go out. I mean, I don't think gas prices are going down. Chat. Stock market's probably going to continue to, you know, perform. Is he coming after me? Where's this fucker at? Just heard him.
Find them.
Fuck is he? Oh yeah. Scooty, huh? Yeah, the better gun. God damn it. Yeah, true. You just don't really know what's gonna happen. That's what I mean, yeah. Swings are big. Big guys don't care. Little guys, it's scary as fuck, right? I mean, it's more like the Bitcoin market. You gotta have that hold all spirit, as they would say. Hodl. Just hodl. How the fuck you pronounce that shit? Dude. This guy ate me up with that gun. Shit. I gave him a good target, though. But, I mean, we were literally on top of each other, so... I guess I could have done better. Yeah, let's see. See, my IRA's stacking a little bit, so I'll just see how that goes and if I can pull some money from that. Like I'm gonna retire. Yeah, right. I'm gonna retire to the grave. So I'm gonna retire. Finally get the upgrade. What the fuck? It's so weird because I played the first beta of this and all the progression was on 2x, so I was like, fuck, this is great. All this. Look, they didn't even they let me go to level 20 last time. I was already like through all this. I think I was level like 4 or something last time. Yeah, like now's the question, do you spend compute time on a couple of agents that get, you know, that give you those numbers and buy and sell while you're sleeping 24/7. Give them 1,000 and say, make your best bet, agent. And then put another agent next to it and say, compete with the agent next to it. Give them each 500. Tell them to find the best gaps like you're talking about. It is actually crazy to think that that shit exists now. And it's not that hard to implement. Apparently. Never done it. Apparently. Yeah, you got a free agent. So. No, but my point is the agents would be sitting around idling, waiting for that drop. And you're like staring at the screen. Agent's going to buy that shit before you can even touch the, you know. So that's, you're competing against that right now. Don't forget. If you're like, why did I make a little more off that? That's probably why. The millisecond after you bought it, or the millisecond before you bought it, the nanosecond before you bought it, a bot bought 1,000 shares, and that didn't clear because the other network had to catch up for that 2 millisecond thing, because yours was on a 2 millisecond delay. Oh no. Did you ever hear about how they had to route like massive trunk cables to Wall Street so that they could trade faster? I don't know. There's like a story about it. I have a vague memory of this. They had to make some fiber optic lines go specifically for getting ahead of trades in another area. And they used the speed of light to get ahead. That was the old school way, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Good. I think it's just kind of cool to tell a couple of agents to make the trades for you. Forget about it. Oh, yeah, I hear you. No. You're not trading on those margins is insane. You'd only do that if you had tons of money. Just try some weird ass thing, you know. You always wanted to try. Then you realize, of course, you've spent more money on Anthropic than you did actually making the trades. And you go, oh shit. Apparently, CEOs are getting ahead of their skis with the compute, buying too much of it. Oh yeah. 1/16th of a share trading. Give me 1/16th. 1/8. 1/8. Kids these days look at that and go, 1 divided by 4. That's not right. $1/16th of a dollar. Something like that. Is that why gas trades at $9.99 and 9/10 of a penny or whatever? I've never figured that one out. Why do they always display gas in 9/10 of a penny or whatever? Is that what they do? Or 9/4? Or... Oh shit. 2/8? Fractions and decimals, man. Why can't we just have decimals? Fuck fractions. Finding the coefficient. No, but it's 99. It's like, you know, gas right now is 6.49 of a penny or whatever. It's always in dollars and 0.9 of a penny. It's hilarious. Can I have my fucking penny, please? I have a penny bag in my car, and it isn't for spending the pennies. Let's just say.
Neural, optic, motion, and heat monitoring systems functional. Ability seat active. Initiate run.
I mean, the word Jew is fine under certain circumstances. But I understand your not wanting to get flagged. Yeah. It says, I don't want to use the word Jew, says the guy that types the word Jew. Nice job. Yeah, 0.9 of a penny. Good luck giving me the change for that, bitch. You're gonna divide that fucking penny. You're gonna divide that copper into 9 parts, 10 parts, and then give me 1. Oh, you can kill them! Fucking bitches. I hate those things. Fucking birds. No, I'm kidding. I love birds. I would never harm an animal. Only in a game. This is game. Game. Simulation. In fact, this is actually a simulation. Actually, those are real birds, aren't they? Oh, I killed that. Actually, the only wildlife, and I decided to shoot it, of course. Oh, this is really loud. I noticed that certain things are louder. So this is something I haven't learned yet. Like, listen. Especially if you're running. But like these metal grates. You seem to make more noise than other things. I noticed that. So like you hear someone on a metal grate, you can kind of tell they're on the metal grates. Like someone just heard me. This motherfucker. Should we kill him? I think so.
Seeker deployed.
Gimme. Ooh, bitch. Dead. Deaded by my seeker. Sneaking up on me. Is he below me? Wow. Excuse me, chat. $15. Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Wow. Sneaky motherfucker. I didn't even have any loot. It's fine. Give me that dime bag, kid. How dare you? More like crime bag. Well, that's gonna be it. Got a GG. Well, back to the old. Going back to the whole stay in the office as long as possible. So I can afford my dime bags. That's right. Gotta pay my internet bills. 9 to 5 shit. You know what I mean? Alright, chat. If I didn't have that shit going on, my dumb ass would be streaming till midnight. That's right. Because I'm like that. But my dumb ass isn't that dumb. Because gotta wake up in this body tomorrow, so. That's right, chat. Stay young. I know, right? Agreed. Probably downwards. The market's getting saturated. There's so many brands, etc. And more to enter, especially in California. But there's always room for expansion. That's good, probably. I wish some people could smoke it like I do, because instead of cigs, right? Because at least you get the same kind of thing. You roll something up, you smoke it. Anyway. True. It's better for you than cigs. I have this frickin' awesome skin, but I don't have the gun. $15. Yeah, it's gonna be 20 probably. Especially if we have a communist mayor or a communist governor. Just kidding, we're not gonna. That'd be great. Alright, chat, gotta go. Talk to you soon. Hasta mañana.